Okay, so I'm going to start where our last video on how to become a master renderer ended. You have your shaded sim, you have your scene, you have your HDRI, everything is set up for the animation. So you want to animate your sim and have them do a little dance. So this is how I do it. First, we have the sim in the 3D box right here. And then we will go to camera and put her in a 3D box right here. Then we'll come over here to where it says view. And we will set camera to view. Right here it says camera to view. And we're going to click this little button right there. Okay. Now we're going to go over here to nonlinear animation where I already have her ready to be posed. Like you would pose a normal sim, right? So we're going to go to file and we're going to append an animation instead of a pose. It's just like if you want to pose your sim, you want to bring in the animation the same way. If you want to download the animation from Sims 4 Studio just like you would a pose. Okay, so we're gonna go down here to Steven Studio. We're gonna do 60 Renaissance Dance. Okay, and we're gonna click the action button, and just like a pose, we're gonna bring it in, and then we are going to add the action strip. Go down to the pose, and already you see she is ready and posed. Now, this will show you what your animation is doing. Now, if you press play, she will start to dance and do her little thing. Okay, so the next important thing that needs to happen is you have to go up here to your camera output settings and go down here to output and make sure that you save your video somewhere that is very important. Like, okay, I'm going to do it in renders folder in autumn. We're gonna make a whole new folder for it because we do not want it to get mixed up with other stuff. So we're going to do that, and we're going to call it video. Okay, make sure that the output setting is in the right folder, and make sure you do this for every animation, because if you don't change this every time, it will overwrite your last save, and then you'll end up with the same animation over your last save. Okay, so the second thing you want to do is where it says file format PNG, you want to go to FFmpeg video, and you click that, and that will save your animation. Okay, now when you render, you want to go here to render animation, and then that will save your animation in this folder as a video, not a PNG. Okay, so the last thing I can tell you, and I will go to the next sound bit. Okay, so the last thing I want to tell you is that you want to click on your camera and you want to push I, okay, block rot scale, and now it will make this little dot right here. Okay, now while your sim is dancing, say she goes too far to the left or too far to the right, or you want to follow her, okay, you can go screen by screen every which way in each little thing like this, okay? But you want to click on this orange button, and right here is where you will see if your camera moves. Okay. I will up this frame to 1000. I do not know how long this animation video is. Let's see. The animation video is, sometimes they're very long, so you have to find out where the ending of the animation is, or you can stop it wherever you want to stop it. Doesn't really matter. Good Lord, this is a long animation. Okay, there we go. It is at 3150, so you want to change this part right here to 3150. Okay, so we go back to 1. We have our ending at 3150, and then we want to go back up here to camera settings, and right here where it says time stretching, I can't remember if it's old or new, so I just do it every time. I always set it to 900 because that's like the highest amount that you can do. But this makes your videos slower. I don't know how to professionally tell you how to do this, but it makes the video slower, so it's not super speed, because if you do it at the 100, it'll be super fast, and I've noticed that I don't like my videos to be that fast, so I always put this at 900. I think it's actually new that you're supposed to do it at 900, but I do it on both of them. Anyway, then you want to make sure that your settings are, your render cycle is in what you want. Now, Eevee will just do 1 frame at a time, very fast, okay? But if you want to render in cycles, and you don't want to wait a million years for your animation to render, because I do not like to wait a million years for my animations to render, I will set this at just 1. Now, this will make it a little grainy, okay, and not the best professionalism in the world. You can set this max samples up higher, but I'm telling you, it's going to take you days sometimes to wait for an animation to render if you do that. So, I set it at 1, and this usually takes it about, depending on how long the animation is, it'll take anywhere from 30 minutes to all day, depending on how long your animation is. And you'll just have to play around with it and see how you like it. Okay, so all my settings are right. I have it in cycles. My max samples are at 1. My camera setting is in the video folder I want it to be. It's on the FFmpeg video. My time stretching is at 900, and now my camera is loaded for action. Now this is the part that gets cool. This part, while you are moving your camera with the camera view, okay, and you are in the camera icon where it's all lit up, okay, and locked. If it's in yellow like this, it's locked, okay. So let's move her some, and say she goes too far to the right or left or whatever. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so if you do this right here and you move your camera, okay, see how it says it turned orange right here? If you want it to move to the left or the right, then you have to move it, and then you lock that, and you lock that, and that will turn yellow. Okay, and say she moves this way, and you want to move the camera this way, then you will again lock the orange, and And then, you know, say you want to go up, down. Let's say you want to move it like this. And you want to come at from this angle. Then you would lock that. Anything that is orange, you want to lock. So then you want to come up from this angle. You know, you want to go this way. Then you would lock that. And you do that all the way through your video animation until the end. Okay? And you want to set it back up straight and lock that. Okay. Now, this will only go to 570 as far as I moved it around. So, here we go. We're going to go back to 1 and voila, you will see that the camera will move along where you put it. This is all distorted because, you know, I don't actually have it where I want it. But you can see, you know, that the camera moves where you want it to go. But that's how you do it. Okay? And it's pretty easy and pretty simple. It's all about just getting the settings right and everything like that. And the more you fool around with it, the more fun you'll have. And it's a lot of fun to do animations. So I hope this video helps, and I hope you can understand it clearly. And good luck. And I would love to see your first animation.